Else I will share my whole screen so that it will be easy to understand. Now is it visible, sir?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. So before starting my actual presentation, I would like to ask some questions to the participants. That how many of you are interested to pursue the research in the field of composite materials, or already you are doing research in the composites, so that I can understand your interest. So please, you can put your message in the chat that how many of you are working already in the polymer composite or any kind of composite. You can put your message. Out of 61 participants are there now. Yes, please. Your response is encouraging for me.
Put it in the chat box.
Yeah. In chat box, you can put that you are already working in the composites, or you are interested to work in the composite, or you are going to start your career, or you are going to set up a lab in your institute, so that I will come to know the motivation of this session from your side. Okay, there are two participants responded to this. Okay, few are there. Okay, now I will start with the actual presentation. Okay, so today's discussion point is processing, characterization, and application of polymer composites in biomedical field. So now this subject of composite has been introduced at diploma as well as UG level. It is necessity of the field that the research should go on in this area, and probably the faculties from mechanical engineering, civil engineering are focusing on the application in their specific field. But the most popular and the area where people can start their business or they can do their research, they can get more citation, is in the biomedical field. Because in the medicine area, these polymer composites are having widespread application, but this is not focused by us. So now let us have a quick journey in this, so that you can move your interest in this area and get more papers and more citation in upcoming days. So in my presentation, I am going to give the introduction about this. Let us have a quick review on types and polymers composites. What are the different processing techniques involved in this? Characterization techniques which are involved. Application, which is the most important part of this presentation. What are the current challenges and potential solutions available for this technology? What are the current research and future trend? So those who are looking for the research publications or looking for their PhD topics, they can focus on point number 7. Emerging research fields, I'm going to tell you. And finally, we will have the conclusion and question answer session. So all of you are aware that what is meant by composite. So composite is nothing but we are having two things together. One is called as matrix and another is called as fillers. These fillers are either maybe in the particulate form or fiber form or flex form. If we make them together, you will get the composite. This is a simple definition of a composites, that addition of a reinforcement into the matrix to form the final composites. Now these composites are classified in the different types, like metal matrix composite, ceramic matrix composite, and polymer matrix composites. In polymer matrix composite, our focus will be on polymers, which is a matrix, and fillers may be a different kinds based on the application. Okay, so here we are going to combine polymer matrix with the help of fibers, particles, or filler. Why we prepare the composites? Because the virgin polymers or pure polymers are not having the properties which are required for the desirable application. So to improve the properties, like mechanical properties, thermal properties, chemical properties, electrical property, conductivity. To enhance these property, we are going to prepare the composites. As I said, this all these matrix and reinforcements are there, and we will get the final composites. Then, what properties of polymer composites we should focus while considering these for our biological applications or biomedical field? The first important property is high strength to weight ratio, because we need the high strength of the final composite, but weight should be less. So this is called as lightweight applications. These are used in the prosthetics and in aerospace component. Enhanced stiffness and rigidity are required for load bearing application. Toughness properties are required for automotive application. Wear and abrasion resistance is required for medical devices and mechanical parts. So these properties are normally focused while selecting the material in mechanical application. If you focus on thermal properties, thermal stability is very important, which are used in the electronics and medical implants. Low coefficient of thermal expansion to maintain the dimensional stability. Thermal conductivity, which is focused in the electronic components and thermal management application. So if you focus on each property, again you will find the different levels, but here I will have a brief introduction about it. The next part is the electrical property, such as insulative and conductive properties. So polymers can be used in the electrical circuits, carbon nanotubes and sensors application. Electromagnetic shielding, so these are used in electronic devices and medical equipments. Chemical properties or chemical resistance, so to use these products in harsh environment such as body fluid, implants, the material should be corrosion resistance. Otherwise, it will create a harmful effect to the human body. Resistance to the degradation. Here, we are using this for industrial and biomedical application where the material should not degrade at higher rate. Otherwise, let us say example of a stent which is used for the surgery. If that stent melts or degrades a faster rate, then again it will be the complication for the heart attack in the patient. Biocompatibility and bioactivity, this is the more focus area in our presentation. Biocompatibility means here composites can be designed to interact safely with the body tissues and avoiding the immune responses. You know that our human immune system fights against the different diseases, and if your component is reacting with that system, it will be the dangerous situation. And our body tissues are very susceptible to the chemical reactions with the material. So the material should be biocompatible and bioactive. It means it should encourage the cell attachment. If suppose there is a ligament injury or fracture of bone and in between your muscle and bone, so it should support that cell attachment, tissue growth, important for the scaffolds and bone implants. So I will tell you in detail again, different polymers are existing for this application. Some of the optical properties are also studied, such as transparency, opacity, UV stability. Then environmental property, as I said, if suppose you are having biomedical waste, then it should break down after use. You know that this is a very serious issue nowadays. The waste of coming out of the hospitals and medicine, they are directly dumped on the grounds and sea areas, which is creating a huge pollution. So the material should be biodegradable after the use. It should not create any pollution to the environment. Sustainability, the sustainability is again the focus of our goal of the universe, that we should have a sustainable material, okay, that should not create the more impact on the environment, and it should run for long range. Next is tunable mechanical properties, means the mechanical properties should be tuned for the different applications such as bone, cartilage, soft tissues, and allowing appropriate stiffness, because on every region of the body the mechanical property should be different. Then why polymer composites are ideal for biomedical application, why it is useful. Okay, your question will be that, sir, we are using polymer composites, but why it is useful for the biomedical area? Then the first nature, as I said, they are lightweight in nature. As compared to the metals and ceramics, polymers are light in weight and they are used for the biomedical application. Control degradability. We can easily control the degradability rate of the polymers, so that these are useful. Enhanced bioactivity, as I said, some of the materials like hydroxyapatite or bioglass, polymer composites, they promote the cell adhesion, proliferation, and differentiation. Even in bone tissue engineering, these materials are very much helpful, which encourages the bone cell growth as well as the integration with the implants. Drug delivery application. You know, there are the application where we have to deliver the drug inside the patient body, and that can be easily done with the help of our polymer composites. Okay, these drug delivery should be properly targeted in a sustained manner for the wound healing application, cancer treatment, and localized infection control. So in the diseases where normal injection or drug cannot be delivered, there we can use these drug delivery systems with the help of polymer composites. Customizability and versatility. This is the nature of polymer composites, that they can be customized for different mechanical property, degradation rate, porosity, nature of the patient, injury of the patient. We can change the property, so that these are called as customizability and versatility. Manufacturing flexibility, because nowadays a trend is started that is called as 3D printing, injection molding, electrospinning. These advanced manufacturing process can be implemented for the manufacturing of polymer composites in biomedical field. Reduced risk of inflammation and infection. It is found that in many surgeries and during the operations, there is a inflammation inside the patient, or there is an infection happens inside the patient body after the operation, and that create a long life side effects on the patient body. But here, while using the polymer composites, there is a reduced risk of inflammation and reaction. Electrical conductivity and specialized application. So where the application like a neural interfaces or cardiac patches supporting tissue repair and function, these polymer composites are found very much useful. Now let us classify these polymers in the different categories, okay, which are useful only for the biomedical application. The first natural polymer is called collagen. This collagen can be used for the connecting tissue in the skin, bone, tendons, scaffolds, and wound dressing. Second polymer is called chitosan, which is derived from the shellfish exoskeleton. This is used for drug delivery, wound healing, tissue engineering. Next is cellulose. So these are extracted from the plants, which are used for the wound dressing, tissue engineering, and scaffold material. Next is silk. So these are used for the tissue scaffolding, skin repair, and which is excellent biocompatible and mechanical strength. So if you are interested to start your research in this field, the first important criteria is selection of a polymer for a specific application. So while presenting my presentation, on every slide I am giving you the different application, and for that application I am giving you the idea which polymer is suitable. So you can select the polymer accordingly and you can start doing your research. After the natural polymers, second category is called synthetic polymers, which are made by the mans, and you know natural polymers are derived from the nature. So the first is called PE, polyethylene, which is used for the implants, body implants, prosthetic application, and packaging of the body components wherever we have to transport these of one scaffold to another patient, or during transportation from manufacturing plant to the operation theater. Second is most popular is called PLA. Many people have read paper on this PLA because this is the most popularly used material, which is biodegradable and bioactive material. This is used in the tissue engineering, surgical implants, and drug delivery. Next is polyethylene glycol, which is water soluble in nature. So this is used in the drug delivery application. Okay, we are eating the tablet. It is an example of drug delivery. It is not polymer composite, but I am telling how drug delivery takes place. Capsule. So in capsule, actual drug is there, and covering of the capsule is made up of either polymer or any other biocompatible material that should be degraded inside your body without creating the side effect. Another example is PCL, which is again a biodegradable polymer, which is having long-term drug delivery application and tissue engineering application. So up to now we have seen the natural polymers and synthetic polymers. Now let us focus on thermoplastics. So there are again two categories, thermoplastics and thermosettings. So thermoplastics are naturally polyethylene, polypropylene, PMMA and PVC. So again, if you see the application of PVC, they are widely used in medical tubing, blood bags, catheters, which is used in the heart application or heart surgery. If you say the PMMA, which is also known as an acrylic material, which is used in the dental application, bone cements, intracellular lenses, polypropylene used in the medical devices, laboratory equipments. Okay, sterilization capacity is there. Next are called as thermosets. The difference between thermoplastic and thermoset is, if you apply the heat, thermoplastic will change their shape, or after removal of the heat, they will again regain their original shape. But thermoset, once you apply the heat, it will have a shape, definite shape, which cannot be further changed. So one more example is the epoxy, polyurethane, phenolic resins, and silicone resins. So again, they are having different application, as I have mentioned in the slides. Particle filled polymer composites. So here one example is called silica polymer composites, which are used in the dental filling and coating application. When we visit a dentist for our root canal or tooth removal or fitting a new tooth, that time these are useful. Similar way, hydroxide polymer composites, they are employed in the bone tissue engineering and orthopedic implants. Now next and more popular area is called nanocomposite. So huge number of research papers are getting published in this area, where we convert the material at nano level and we add that as a reinforcement in the matrix to get the desired result. One of the popular research area is called graphene polymer composites, where we are using it for biosensors. Actually, this is a mechatronics application where we design sensors which are used in the biomedical field, conductive coatings and drug delivery system. As long as graphene, there is a one more material which is called as a carbon nanotube. The research is going behind because of graphene is in picture, but these carbon nanotubes are called as CNT. So they are single wall carbon nanotubes or multi wall carbon nanotubes. They are used as a lightweight material, but it is having more application in aerospace and medical devices. In short, I have summarized this into a table where I have listed the name of the polymers, their degradation rate, their mechanical strength, and their application. After the end of this presentation, your coordinator will share my PPT to all of you. You can go through that slides, and some of the question will come from this in your examination for certificates. Now, there are some biocompatible fillers. We have seen the matrix just before. Now we will see some fillers which will be added in the polymers. So again, fillers are categorized into the first category called as natural fillers. Natural fillers means they are derived from the nature. First is HA, hydroxyapatite, which is a calcium phosphate compound resembling with the bone minerals. You know, the many people are having issue with their bone porosity, bone damage, bone cracks. So that time we are using this. Chitosan, as already we have discussed, which is antimicrobial, biodegradable, and support the cell adhesion. Collagen, we have discussed, which is a primary structure of protein in the connecting tissues and used for wound healing. We have seen some of the patients are there where wound healing rate is very poor, and because of that there is a damage of body component, so that we can use this collagen for this purpose. Synthetic fillers are the artificial fillers which are made by the man, like as I said, carbon nanotubes, carbon nanofibers. There are some ceramics and metallic fillers. Again, because of their properties like thermal, electrical property we have discussed, they are used in the biomedical application. Again, I have made a common table to understand this: name of the filler, their key properties, and their biomedical application. So if you go through this, you will find many application where there is a huge scope for the research. So if you are interested, you can select any one specific application and you start working on it. Again, the list of artificial or man-made filler like graphene, zirconia, silica, titanium nanoparticles, gold nanoparticles, they are used in the wide variety applications such as cancer therapy, biosensing, dental filling, hip and knee replacement, tissue scaffolds, coating for the prosthetics and dental implants. Now, next will be the processing technique. Up to now, we have covered what is polymer nanocomposites, what are the different types of polymers available, what are the different types of fillers available. Now, next will be your processing techniques. Means you have finalized one polymer, you have selected one filler. The next question comes in how to manufacture these composites at research level or at the mass production level. So the most common and popular manufacturing techniques are solution casting. Solution casting means we combine matrix and filler together and we keep it for the casting purpose. And after the evaporation of the solution or some contents which are there, we can get the final product. We can produce the films or plates in a different shape. Melt mixing, electrospinning, compression molding, and 3D printing. These are the most popular manufacturing techniques. In 3D printing, nowadays, huge number of research papers are getting published. Now, their scalability I have given means suppose you are using the solution casting method, which is not scalable in much level. But if you go to the high production level, compression molding is the most popular. As 3D printing is having low speed, it can be considered a moderate level. Now, complexity of the manufacturing process is categorized as simple, moderate, and high. Even I have seen many research papers who are working on electrospinning techniques of manufacturing products or polymer composites for biomedical application. Again, their applications are listed here. Every system has some advantages and disadvantages. We cannot say no one is perfect, but with some advantages and limitation, we have to select it for your research or project purpose. Remaining some unpopular but present techniques are called freeze drying, sol gel processing, and injection molding. Even there are many labs I have seen where injection molding technique is used for the mass production of the samples. Okay, again, these are used for the porous scaffolds, bioactive coatings, and medical devices. Now, let us focus on characterization technique. I will stop my presentation for 2 minutes and I will ask some question answers. If you have any questions, any doubt up to this, you can ask me, please. Yes, if any question is there, because my presentation is very big, there are more than 70-75 slides. So, if you have any question up to this, please ask, or you can put in the chat box. So, if possible, I will reply. Yes, any question up to now?
Participants can directly unmute their mic and ask the question.
If
Or
not,
even put it in the chat box.
yes, chat box is better, sir.
Hello. Hello. Sir, am
Yes,
I audible, sir?
yes, please, sir.
Sir, while we are preparing the composites using solution casting method, so suppose if I choose the pillar, if it is not dissolving with the whatever the solution I have chosen, so what I have to do, sir? Suppose if the pillar is not dissolving with the solvent.
I think, sir, filler will not get dissolved. It should be reinforced properly. There should be some
Oh,
compatibility. Okay. So if you are selecting
okay.
one polymer and another is a filler, they are distinct in nature. They do not mix. Okay. So reinforcement
Okay.
will remain separately, but it should be dispersed uniformly. This
Okay,
is the
sir.
one question. Another is
Oh,
that if there is a poor compatibility between filler and polymers, then we have to go for some chemical actions. We have to add some material so that that can act as a connecting component between polymer and filler, like a redox
okay, sir.
reaction, addition of oxygen. So there should be bonding between your polymer and your filler.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the while we are preparing the material, whether the solution, the solvent and pillars are completely dissolved, whether if partially dissolved, that also okay, sir.
It depends. Suppose while selecting the solvent, it should be compatible with your filler. So if you go to some research paper, they are giving the list of fillers and their compatible solvent with them. Nature of the solvency. There is a one
Okay,
factor
sir.
called solvency factor. If solvency factor is higher, then
Okay,
it
sir.
will get easily dissolved. But later on, you have to remove the solvent from the process. But if your
Okay,
solvent
sir.
remains inside the composite, in future that
Okay.
will degrade your property or you will not get the desired output.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes, any other question? Okay. I will continue with the presentation now. Visible, na everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to have the characterization technique. This is the most challenging part in composite materials or working in the composite area, because there are very few premier institutes in India who offer this facility. But nowadays, because of the private universities and some government policies, we are having chance to work in with the IITs, NITs or premier institute like VIT and Satyabama University and many universities in South India, where they are providing us this facility on payment basis. So nowadays that barrier has gone. Where should I do my characterization? So if you really want to work in this area, if you have some funding with you from your organization, from government, anywhere, you can go for this characterization on payment basis. But you have to have a slot in that organization on payment basis. So the first characterization is called mechanical characterization, where we can go for tensile testing, compression testing, flexural testing, and impact testing. In Pune also there are some private agency I have seen. They are NABL accredited. They have the sophisticated instrument with them. If you send your sample to that lab, they will test and give your result. And based on that result, either you can go for research paper publication or your own patent on process or product. That is your choice. Okay, so mechanical characterizations are used in bone scaffold implants, dental filling, bone replacement application, prosthetics, orthopedic devices, and protective implants. So these characterizations are useful for these applications. Second are called as thermal applications. So here we are using differential scanning calorimetry, thermogravimetric analysis, and dynamic mechanical analysis. These are used in the biomaterial processing, long-term implant stability, and soft tissue scaffold. It means whenever you are selecting a polymer for a specific application, you should not do all the characterization. सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. We have to have a specific list of characterization techniques which should be done on the sample to get the desired result. I am giving you the all list. Next is called as chemical characterization, like Fourier transform, infrared spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, XPS spectroscopy. These are used for your composite formulation, CNT graphene composites, and coatings. Morphological characterizations means you can see the surface of the sample, how the filler is filled inside the matrix, what is their nature, distribution. You can see through scanning electron microscopy, transmission electron microscopy, AFM technique. So again, these are used in the scaffold nanocomposites, surface modified polymer nanocomposite. So just now one person has asked the question about the modification of the filler for their improvement in the compatibility. So this surface modification of the polymers as well as surface modification of the filler can be done, and this can be tested with the help of this AFM. Now, as our focus is on biomedical field, these characterization techniques are also important, like cytotoxicity testing, cell adhesion and proliferation and assay, and in vitro degradation testing. Again, these testings are used in implant tissue scaffolds, regenerative medicines, and implants. Next is structural characterization. Again, these are very much popular. Even I have seen that X-ray diffraction machine is available in our Solapur University. Okay, so Solapur University, Shivaji University, they are having this X-ray diffraction machine with some payment or maybe free of cost based on your relation in the university. NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance. So these again are used in the nano composites, ceramic polymer composites and functionalized composites. So after studying these characterization techniques, if you are interested in these techniques, you will find many books in the library named as characterization techniques in polymers or characterization techniques in composites. So many people have published their books on this. So in each book, you will find this technique. Along with this, there are more techniques which are given in detail. So you can select your characterization technique based on your application. Now we will see, again I am repeating in short, what are the different application. Again I told, but in short I will tell. The first important application is in the dental field. Okay, in dental field, you know, root canal, tooth cavity, tooth decay, these are many problems nowadays, and because of that we have to create the new material for these things. Okay, so why we are going for the composites? Because of the aesthetic appearance, low shrinkage, adhesion natures. Okay, so we can use these composites for restoring the dentistry, for filling and crown preparation. Next is dental implants. If suppose your old teeth is removed or a complete decay is there, we can put a artificial teeth, that is called dental implants. So why we use it? Because of their biocompatible nature, lightweight in nature, and tailor degradation rates. So these are the some examples which we can use for dental implants. Dental prosthetics. So again here, which are used in removal and fixed prosthetics like denture and bridges. Okay, if the teeth is not in proper shape, or there is a gap between the tooths, or we have to create the bridge for the teeth, that can be possible with the help of these polymers, and because of their flexibility, aesthetic appeal, and lightweight in nature. Again, what are the different manufacturing systems? Like we are already aware of CAD/CAM processes and smart composite methods which are used for the dental prosthetic application. Next is orthopedic. After going from tooth, we will see the next is called orthopedics. So we are used for the brackets, retainers, and bonding adhesion because of the nature of transparency and high strength. Here our focus will be on the high strength because we are replacing our old bones or kneecaps with the help of these products. So we can consider this high strength is the main criteria. So here I have selected some of the composites applications, their properties. So suppose restoration of a body component, implant in the body, prosthetics, and orthodontics. So here we are using these polymers for the having properties and different manufacturing techniques. So these are the recent innovations we can consider for manufacturing of these products. Next part comes in the cardiovascular devices. Nowadays we are seeing many patients are having heart attack, or there is a problem in their arteries and veins, so they go for operation. So we fit stents inside their heart to restore the blood flow. Okay, so that is the nature, that is biocompatibility, controlled degradation, and flexibility and strength. So we manufacture these biocompatible stents. Then these stents can be manufactured with the help of PLA, PCL, and composite things. Okay. And recent innovation in this, that drug-eluting stents, means these can be used for the re-narrowing the arteries. In future, what happens? So if your stent get dissolved after 10-15 years, again your artery becomes narrow down and chances of heart attack is more. But if you use these kinds of biocompatible stent, the chances of this is very less. Vascular grafts. These are used to bypass the blocked arteries and veins and replace damaged blood vessels. So you know, bypass surgery is there. There is an option if the patient is very young, and instead of putting the stent, they go for bypass surgery. We can go for such kind of applications. So here material can be used as an expanded polytetrafluoroethylene, PU, polyurethane, gelatin, collagen based composites. And again, there is a recent innovation. I'm telling this because of a research purpose. Then heart walls. So many patients, you heard that heart wall regulates the blood flow within the heart. But if the walls becoming weak in nature, we can replace with the help of these artificial walls. So I have shortlisted these into stents, vascular graft, and hurt walls. I have listed the materials used for it, their properties, and recent innovations happening in this area. See, these research innovations will definitely help you to come up with the latest challenges and technologies. As I already discussed about drug delivery system, encapsulation of a drugs, as I have given the example of capsule. If you take the capsule for any disease, that capsule cover should easily degrade in our body and it should not create any harmful effect to us. Then hydrogels for localized delivery, microparticles for radiation and chemotherapy. Many people are now suffering in the cancer, so that for these people we can use these microparticles for radiation and chemotherapy. Localized therapy like a bone cancer, if the patient is suffering from the bone cancer, we can use this drug delivery system to help patient to get a better recovery. Next is wound healing. As I said, chitosan based hydrogels are used as an antibiotic and growth factor. Wound can be easily healed. This is very serious problem in the diabetic patient. You know that diabetic patients are suffering from this problem of slow wound healing system. Brain cancer, okay, this is a very common type of cancer happening to the many people, brain cancer. So our polymer biocomposites are used in this area also. Okay, I again tabulated all these things for your easy understanding. Next, skin graft. In soft tissue engineering, now many people are going for their skin surgery because of the accidents, their skin get damaged or scars are there on the body, so they can go for such kind of surgeries. And there are many natural polymers, synthetic and hybrid polymers are there. Example is a burn victim, as I said, diabetic ulcer is there, surgical wound repair. So these problems can be easily solved with the help of soft tissue engineering. Next is cartilage regeneration. Okay, so there are some cases where the skin and cell growth is not uniform. In that case, again we have some list of natural polymers, synthetic polymers, and bioceramic fillers, which are having very nice results for the cartilage regeneration. Again, I have given detailed list for the understanding purpose. Now the main part of this presentation is challenges and potential solutions. So though you are working on the polymer composites in biomedical field, you will find some of the major challenges like biocompatibility issue, mechanical limitations, degradation control, manufacturing complexity, sterilization issue, toxicity concern, and regulatory government rules. So to address these challenges, I have suggested some of the potential solutions. How you can do that? If biocompatibility is the issue, surface functionalization you can go for. To have a mechanical limitation, you can go for hybrid composites. If you have a degradation control, then you can go for copolymerization. If you have a toxicity issue, you can go for functionalization of nanoparticles. You can search such kind of research papers, so you will find the result on that. Then one more point is very interesting called current research areas. If you want to work on current challenges, there are some areas I'm going to focus: advanced tissue engineering, drug delivery system, implantable devices. Recently, I have seen many news and people are talking on this area where they are going to prepare a small capsule or component which can be fitted inside the human body that will sense your blood pressure, kidney function, or any diseases, and that will give signal to your doctor about your future diseases. So these are called as implantable diseases, soft tissue applications, and biocompatible fillers. So these are the some emerging areas where you can focus in upcoming days. Personalized medicine, in some of the cases where we have to manufacture a patient specific implants, so that is called as personalized medicines. Smart and stimuli response material, sustainable and eco-friendly composites, nanotechnology integration, and regenerative medicines. So again, this is a vast area which is in the future trend. So if you focus on any one of the research, you will definitely have a good results. Multifunctional composites, where we are going to combine the therapeutic, diagnostic and structural functional into a single material. AI and machine learning in material design. Wearable and flexible biomedical devices. Means, as I said, your smartwatch is an example of wearable device. Suppose in future you are going to manufacture the flexible biomedical devices. All these things comes under the future trend. So again, I have listed some of the emerging areas where you can focus for the better results. What is the conclusion of this presentation is that polymer composites are having wide range of application in the biomedical area. You can go for 3D, 4D bioprinting, smart materials, which can revolutionize this area. Advanced processing and characterization techniques are already available in India. You have to just search for them. There are many research facilities that are shared by, as I said, IITs, NITs, private premier institution, ICER. They are helping us for doing research. Just we have to search and you have to take a follow. Despite of their promises, there are some challenges, as I have already mentioned. You have to overcome these challenges so that this will be a better thing for human being. And future research will be on the sustainable materials, nanotechnology integration, AI. It is a very much popular branch nowadays, but people only see this is a computer science engineering. But AI can be used in all areas. So area AI system can be used for the next generation medical devices and therapies. So now I will hand over this session one more time to you. If you have any question up to this, you can ask me. So we have splitted this presentation in half and the second half. So if you have any question out of the presentation or any point you would like to ask to me, I'll be there to help.
Yes, anyone? Please put the question in the chat box.
I am not dealing directly with
Hello.
the difficult level question. Easy question also can be
Hello.
asked. Yes, please.
Hello. Sir, sir, I have one question on characterization of a material.
Yes.
Sir, before going to characterize the material, um, we need to prepare a sample that suppose if I want to do the conductivity studies like for
Mm-hmm.
a sample, if I prepared a sample through solution casting method,
Yes.
I wanted to do the conductivity studies for that. So
Uh,
how the sample means how I have to prepare the sample, sir?
yes. First is that for
How
manufacturing.
electrode and all those things.
Yes. So see, sir,
Oh,
whenever you are selecting any characterization technique, there are some
yes.
standards given by the government or any agency. If you go for
Okay.
mechanical testing, ASTM is the standard or Indian standard is also there. Okay. And
Okay.
for that, sample size is also mentioned. So
Okay, sir.
whenever you are going for any characterization, you have to first ask to the lab where you are going to do the characterization, their machine capability, sample size requirement from them. So they will tell
Okay.
you the requirement. Accordingly, you prepare the sample and then only characterization is possible.
Okay, sir.
I think you can take my email ID, sir. You are interested in this area. We will have a collaborative research in future. Huh?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. I'm very happy that you are asking such questions.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Good evening,
Yeah.
sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm Akshay Gazre.
Uh,
First of all, you a student from CA Good.
okay, great, great. I'm
Yeah.
happy to.
Happy to see you after long years. I
Yeah,
think 4 to 5 years.
5 years back
Yeah,
I was
after five
there.
years back. I
Yes.
really, it was a good session. Just I want to ask one thing that you told that in bypass,
Huh.
the material
Hmm.
for the 25 age and whatever the 40 to 45 age,
Huh.
while doing the operations,
Huh.
there will be any materials, exactly materials for the what materials is used for the if there is an age of 40 to 50 in that range, if there is an young age, you told that we can use this type of material
Hmm.
and we can stop the whatever the process. Please, can you?
Yeah. First of all, tell me, you see, whenever a person go for a surgery, there are two main surgeries, either bypass surgery or doctor will do the uh, That surgery is called angioplasty or angiography.
Angioplasty it is.
Angioplasty. Okay, so what happens in India normally? We are importing these stents from other country like China or Taiwan. India just now started making India mission, and they have reduced the price of these stents. But still there is a monopoly by some of the companies, and they sell their few variety of things to us, and doctors not have much options, so they ask directly to the patient that this tent is of 5-year life, this tent is of 10-year life, this is 15 years law, and cost is 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Example I am telling. And the patient family comes under pressure and they say, sir, we don't have money, and you put the 10,000 stent like that. But if you go for foreign countries, they are having person wise, so that I said personalized tubes for each patient, their paying ability, and based on that they support the patient. So that one of the thing I can suggest is that this is not out of the discussion, but if a person is having health insurance, then only you can go for such high level surgeries. Otherwise, whatever option is available to you, you have to go for that option. Or you can go for make in India mission, take government benefits, and start manufacturing these medical equipments that will be beneficial to our society.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, there is one question in the chat box from Baljeet Singh.
How
How
to
to
get
get confirmation about the addition of chemical impurities added in the composite or not during chemical modification of nanomaterial? Is there any separate characterization technique?
Yeah, there are many characterization technique where we can go for study like Raman spectroscopy, and many spectroscopic technique, UV ray spectroscopic techniques are there. We can identify the number of material which are inside, type of bonding, and nature of bonding. Based on that we can find the impurities. Similar way again you can go for uh, surface characterization techniques also. In detail we have to study based on the nature of bonding and addition, but definitely you can find out the nature of impurity, at what level it is, and you can go for either continue or you can reject that sample. Any more questions? Your question may be irrelevant to the topic but relevant to the composites also, you can ask. That will be helpful for you in future.
Any,
You can
any,
continue, sir. You can continue. So we can take it lastly. If
So
you have
topic is
question.
over, sir. From my side presentation is over.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Already I have completed 75 slides,
yes, that's good. Okay.
but in shorter duration I have completed it,
Yes, yes.
because I know the listening ability of the people. Even after COVID, students have shifted their mindset up to 10 minutes, and
Correct,
senior
correct,
people have shifted up to 40 minutes. No one will listen more than that. Though you
correct.
give the Gita Sar also, people will listen for 10 minutes. So that's why I have reduced my presentation up to 60 to 70 minutes for a faculty, and for student I break up my session into 10 to 15 minute slots.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So participants, please ask the questions. I will share your email ID also, sir.
Yeah, definitely. My personal email ID or official, don't share my official. Actually I will put my personal email ID in the chat box.
Yeah, yeah, that is better.
You can use my Gmail ID, and you can put most important thing, title, why you want to connect to me, and then you put your requirement. We will definitely go for research in the upcoming days, because see, the research is not possible for a single person, which is impossible, because in India there are many limitation, lab facility, costing, information, lack of information. So that if you go for collaborative research only, it is the benefit for all. Nowadays the truth is that people only contribute for the publication purpose, but I want people for the research purpose. If you are interested, you can go for collaboration, 2 3 people from Solapur also, we can connect together. You can go for some sample preparation, characterization, and good publication.
Yes, sir. As the characterization cost is very high,
Correct.
So that is better to the researchers have to collaborate for this any work regarding this composite material.
Yes. Only in CSIT it is possible to publish a paper in least or minimum cost, but in mechanical or in other field like civil engineering, by preparation of sample itself will cost around 10 to 20,000. Characterization will cost more than 20-30. But if you publish such good papers, two three papers in a lifetime, you will get very high citations, and that will put your index high.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
For the composite preparation
Uh,
on lab level,
hmm.
what arrangement is required?
So, see,
Uh,
sir, yes, please continue.
setup, what basic setup is required?
Luckily, sir, you are working in a college where AICT is funding for mod job and all these things. But if you go to private, you have to depend only on the management. But if you are working in a affiliated college, either you can go for AICT mod job, or you can go for local industries who can fund your lab. And there are some industry who are manufacturing lab level equipment for doing small scale research. Let us say example, if you want to go for injection molding, then nowadays there are many industry who can manufacture the injection molding machine which cost around 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh rupees. And if you have a good projection, means if you prove to your management that I will publish these many papers, or I will do some good research for your college for NAC purpose, ENBA purpose, and if they fund you, you can set up your lab one by one equipment, or one faculty one equipment, like that. So that I said ki you have to have a group of people who can work together in a one area, so that lab can be developed. Otherwise, spending on one lab and underutilized lab can be the trouble for the faculty. That is the challenge. Or better, you can go to the college where facilities are available, and you can go for payment basis.
Actually,
Regular.
sir, actually means a particular composite preparation.
Uh-huh.
The experimental setup means particular one, the matrix and the reinforcement
Uh,
mixing and all that. So, what particular laboratory setup is required? Basic laboratory setup is required.
so you
Experimental
can,
setup.
in basic, you can go for such kind of compression molding, injection molding, solution casting technique you can set up. So if you need in future, I will suggest some of the equipments and where you can set up lab. But the most important thing is that how you manufacture, because what happens, student don't follow the protocols, and when the sample get created and they got defective results, or in characterization you will not see anything, and that time frustration of the researcher will go high. Because if you make a wrong practices, then definitely here the chances of results are very poor. So you have to throw many samples. Even in my during PhD first phases, I seen that just if you don't maintain the temperature while doing the removal of the solvent, instead of 70, if you maintain 65, some solvent will remain inside the sample, and your property will get degraded. And after characterization like tensile testing, you will understand that because of this your results are poor, and then you have to restart the whole process.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Means uh, a specialized arrangement is required, and that too in a particular.
But
Uh,
at engineering college level, I will tell you, so some equipment list I will definitely share you, so you can start manufacturing at lab level, and you can go for few characterization, don't go for very high level. At UG level you can have some mechanical characterization, simple, so student will understand, and then you can upgrade them into that lab into next 5 year. Within 1 year it is not possible, but step by step you can upgrade your lab.
okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
So, anyone having more question?
Uh, Sir, there is one question in the chat box from Archana Reddy, madam. Her question is like, is it a solid state reaction method of synthesis of nanomaterial is beneficial over sold gate technique?
Sir, here the answer is that without specific material, without specific application, you cannot decide any method. And as I said, every method is having some advantages and disadvantages. So No method is perfect, no method is wrong. So based on your requirement, you can select the method which is having both the things together.
Archana Reddy, madam, have you got your answer?
So if there are any no more questions, shall we conclude the session, sir?
Yes, from my side it is okay. In future also I have given my email ID. You can send your request. You please do some homework. I personally suggest, it is not a suggestion but friendly suggestion, you download some research papers, go for study. If you read some papers, definitely you will understand what are the methods available, material available, and then you come up with a mail. I will definitely help you. We will publish the papers in future. It is assurance from my side.
So we will come to the end of this session with a vote of thanks to our resource person. So I'm very much thankful to Hrishikesh Kulkarni, sir, as 11th hour adjustment he has accepted, because actually his session was yesterday planned, but due to the other resource person's request and the adjustments are made, and he's ready to take today. So thank you very much, sir, and very uh, basic and detailed information you have given right from the introduction and the synthetic methods and mainly the applications in the biomedical field. So your research and your topic will match with the, I hope, I think, with the NEP requirements, multidisciplinary, because the polymer science, more of the BSc, MSc, and basic science peoples, they do research more in the polymer, and the composite research is made by the engineering, and this is the blend of the basic science and the technical education, I think, and all it helps to the non-technical field, that is the medical field. So all the multidisciplinary fields are required nowadays. So that's why I think your session is very important. I hope every participant got the benefit of this. So once again, I thank for accepting our invitation, and on the behalf of all the participants and from our college, thank you very much, sir.
I would like to also thank Madki sir and Siddheshwar Women's College of Engineering for inviting me such a reputed ATAL FDP session. And I am thankful to all of you for arranging this in an online mode, because travel is always not possible. And I request you to send the feedback from your participants, that how the session was and what are the
Yes,
suggestions from your side also. And in
yes.
future also we will be in the connecting other activities also.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you so
So
much.
please send me your PPT, maybe in the PDF mode.
Yes, I will.
I will share in our WhatsApp group of all the participants. That will help them to give the last day test.
Examination. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
definitely. Thank you.
So let's end the session, first session of today, and we will start the second session. Actually, the overall sixth session at 7:30. So we will take 10 minutes break, and I appeal all the participants to join at 7:25. So I will not end the meeting. The meeting will continue. So you can take the short break, and we will join within a 10 minutes. Thank you. Don't leave the meeting. Next session is also very important from the industry person, Dr. Shalini Dolai, Everest India Limited. Our next resource person, Dr. Shalini Dolai. She will join within 5 minutes at 7:25. So all the participants note this. Don't leave the meeting. Take a break of 5 minutes. She is an industry person, research and development in the corrosion field.